Do you want to know a secret? A secret that the rich and wealthy have used for generations to amass their wealth exponentially. No, it's not a magic trick or a get-rich-quick scheme. And believe it or not, even Albert Einstein was a fan. He called it the eighth wonder of the world. That secret is the power of compounding, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why it's such a big deal. It's time to start your journey towards a financially secure future. You'll learn what compounding is and how it works. We'll also explore the role of the time value of money in understanding compounding. We're going to discuss how to use this financial superpower to your advantage, common pitfalls to avoid, and some motivational stories of real people who have used compounding to become rich. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and get ready to decode one of the most powerful concepts in the financial world. Welcome to your first step towards financial empowerment. Okay, let's dive right into the heart of the matter, compounding. So, what is it really? In the simplest terms, compounding is the process where the value of an investment increases because the earnings on an investment, both from capital gains and interest, earn interest as time passes. Basically, it's money making more money, then that money making even more money. Think of it like this snowball. When you roll it along in the snow, it starts off small, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, growing in size. Not only that, the bigger it gets, the more snow it picks up with each roll, growing faster and faster. That's compounding. It's your money snowball. The magic starts when the earnings or interest from your investments start earning their own returns. Say, you invest $100 with an annual interest rate of 5%. After a year, you will have $105, but compounding kicks in the next year. Instead of getting interest on the initial $100, you earn interest on $105. Although it may seem like a tiny change, over several years, this effect magnifies, and the results can be quite astonishing. And just to pique your curiosity, here's a trivia question for you. Who in history is famous for utilizing the power of compounding to amass incredible wealth? I'll reveal the answer a bit later, so stick around. And no Googling, it's more fun to play along. Let's move on to another crucial aspect in understanding compounding. We have to understand the concept of the time value of money. This dollar bill I hold here, believe it or not, has a superpower. It's more valuable today than the same dollar will be in the future. And why is that, you might wonder? The answer lies in inflation and the opportunity cost of money. Inflation means that over time, the cost of goods and services tend to rise, so a dollar today can buy more than it might in the future. Then there's opportunity cost. If you have a dollar today, you could invest it to make more money. So the potential future value of that dollar makes it more valuable today. Getting our heads around this concept is crucial. Why? Because it forms the basis of why compounding works and why it's so powerful. When you invest money, you do so with the expectation of earning a return on your investment over time. This return could be interest or dividends or an increase in the value of the investment. The sooner you start investing, the sooner you start making returns. These returns then start generating their own returns. Over time, your wealth doesn't just increase, it grows exponentially. That, folks, is the essence of compounding. The time value of money is its secret ingredient, the magic that turns your snowball into a massive snow boulder. The earlier you start, and the longer you let your money work for you, the larger your wealth snowball becomes. So in short, don't wait to invest. Start now, because time is money, literally. Now let's get down to brass tacks. What makes compounding so powerful? Why do financial experts and millionaires swear by it? Let's find out. Say you start with a sum of $10,000. You invest it at an annual interest rate of 5%. Without compounding, at the end of 10 years, you'd have made $5,000 in interest. But with compounding, that figure jumps to around $6,288. That's over $1,288 extra just by letting your earnings earn their own interest. And this difference becomes stark over longer periods. That's the power we're talking about here. Like a snowball rolling down a hill, it starts off slow and doesn't seem like much, but as it picks up more snow and as the hill gets steeper, it starts to build momentum, growing larger and faster until it's practically unstoppable. Let's consider two investors, Jane and John. Jane starts investing $200 per month at age 25, while John starts doing the same at age 35. Both earn a 7% annual return. By the time they reach 65, Jane, who invested for 40 years, has around $525,000. But John, who invested for 30 years, has just around $245,000. Jane has more than double the money John has because she invested for an extra 10 years. That's the power of starting early and the magic of compounding. Now, for our trivia answer, the person famous for utilizing the power of compounding to amass wealth. It's none other than the Oracle of Omaha himself, Warren Buffett. He understood the power of compounding and started investing at a very young age. And today, well, he's one of the richest people in the world. Compounding is essentially the financial equivalent of planting a tree. You plant the seed of your investment, nurture it with regular contributions, and over time, it grows into a mighty money tree. Remember, it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. If you are finding value so far, then be sure to like and subscribe. Moving on. Alright, now that we've explored the foundation and the immense power of compounding, let's dive into some investment strategies that allow you to maximize this financial superpower. Firstly, start investing as early as possible. As we learned from our tale of Jane and John, the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Even if you can only start with a small amount, don't be discouraged. The power of compounding can turn even small investments into significant sums over time. Next, consider reinvesting your dividends. This is a simple yet effective strategy for harnessing the power of compounding. When you invest in dividend-paying stocks or mutual funds, instead of taking the dividends as cash, choose to reinvest them. This increases the number of shares you own, which in turn means more dividends in the future. It's a cycle that can snowball your wealth over time. Now let's talk about diversification. It's an essential part of any investment strategy. While it doesn't directly influence compounding, it helps protect your portfolio from volatility and mitigates risk. By spreading your investments across different types of assets and sectors, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, thus allowing your investments to keep compounding steadily over time. Automated investing is another powerful strategy. Set up a system where a fixed amount is automatically deducted from your account and invested every month. This not only instills financial discipline, but also allows you to benefit from a strategy called dollar cost averaging. This strategy can help smooth out the impact of market volatility over time. And lastly, be patient. Remember, compounding is a long-term game. It's not about making quick money, it's about letting your wealth grow steadily and surely over time. Avoid the temptation of withdrawing your investments prematurely. Stick to your plan, be consistent, and let the magic of compounding do its work. In the world of investing, compounding is indeed a mighty tool. The key is understanding how to effectively put it to work through smart and disciplined investment strategies. You're now well on your way to making compounding your best financial ally. Let's keep this momentum going. Now, while compounding is indeed a magical tool for wealth creation, there are several common mistakes investors often make that can hinder the compounding process. Let's discuss some of these pitfalls so you can avoid them on your financial journey. One of the most common mistakes is starting too late. As we've discussed, the power of compounding lies in time. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Starting late means you'll miss out on potentially years of growth. So the first step to becoming a successful investor, start investing as early as possible, no matter how small the amount. Next, many investors fail to reinvest their earnings. Reinvesting your dividends and interest is crucial for compounding to work its magic. Instead of withdrawing these earnings, put them back into your investments. It might be tempting to spend that money, but remember, you're working towards long-term financial growth. Another common mistake is not diversifying your portfolio. By diversifying your investments across different asset classes, you can balance out potential risks and losses. Diversification is key to maintaining steady growth and maximizing compounding. Then there's the mistake of trying to time the market. Many investors think they can outsmart the market by buying low and selling high. But in reality, it's nearly impossible to consistently predict market movements. Instead of trying to time the market, focus on spending more time in the market. Remember, compounding is a marathon, not a sprint. Lastly, many investors fall victim to impatience. Remember the tale of the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady often wins the race, especially when it comes to compounding. It's easy to become disheartened when you don't see immediate results. But remember, compounding takes time. The real growth occurs over the long term, so be patient, stick to your investment plan, and let compounding do its work. Now, as we venture into the world of riches, let's reflect on how compounding can be your stepping stone to becoming wealthy. It might seem like a grand claim, but remember, compounding is not a one-time wonder. It's a continuous process, a journey that has the potential to turn your financial dreams into reality. Imagine being a gardener. You plant a single seed and provide it with sunlight, water, and other nutrients. As time passes, the seed sprouts, growing into a sapling, then a small tree. Then something amazing happens. The tree starts producing seeds of its own, which in turn grow into more trees. With each passing year, your garden gets greener, with a tree line expanding far beyond where the first seed was planted. This is what compounding does to your money. It makes your money tree flourish and grow beyond bounds. Consider the example of a regular 9-to-5 worker. Let's call him Sam. Sam started investing 20% of his salary every month at the age of 25 in a diversified portfolio. The returns weren't spectacular, just around 7% annually, a reasonable assumption for a balanced portfolio. Sam continued this routine, facing market ups and downs, but he never ceased investing. Now at the age of 50, he's a millionaire. Yes, a millionaire. Not because he won a lottery or inherited wealth, but because he made compounding his best friend. There are countless such stories around us, everyday individuals transforming their financial lives using the power of compounding. Let's consider Sophia, a school teacher who despite her modest income managed to retire with a sizable nest egg. Starting at the age of 30, she consistently invested a small percentage of her income into a low-cost index fund. She reinvested her earnings, stayed patient during market downturns, and resisted the temptation to withdraw her investments prematurely. By the time she retired, she had accumulated a sum that would make many high earners envious. Her secret, you guessed it right, the consistent and patient use of compounding. Remember, in the grand scheme of wealth creation, it's not just about how much you invest, but how long you let the investment grow. So allow your seeds of investment to bloom. Let them multiply into a lush green money forest. Compounding, indeed, is your route to riches. It's a faithful ally, standing by your side, multiplying your wealth while you sleep. So, embrace it, nurture it, and watch your dreams of financial prosperity come true. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.